Hey y'all, Fireside Talks here. Listen, so I got down the rabbit hole some of these YouTube videos about what young men should expect and all these different things from women. And I'm not gonna lie, if you watch social media, which is a detriment to our society in general, then 100%, you know, women think men are trash and all of that, this, that, and the third. But I'll tell you this: that if two grown adults, and I'd say 18 plus, but we all know that the human brain doesn't fully mature until 25. But if two grown adults can find a way, let me get my whiskey, can find a way to make each other happy, then who is anybody on the internet to tell them what their red flags are, right? When I met my wife, she wouldn't date a man with kids. She failed that one. I got a son. Um, I fully understood what I was getting into when I met my wife. She had two kids that I elected to raise for the rest of their teenage years. There's nothing wrong with that. Another red flag that I heard on some of these ridiculous videos is that a woman with tattoos or piercings is a red flag. Uh, that's a double standard, right? Because if that's your view, then you better not have any tattoos or piercings. I'm inked up. I've got ink from my shoulder to my wrist on my right arm and sporadic on my left, my back, both my calf muscles, and I'm not done. My wife had tattoos. Matter of fact, I bought her more tattoos. She did her own piercings. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to know what red flags really look like, how about a woman that expects you to pay for everything and then never calls you again? How about a radical feminist? And let's be honest, feminism, first wave feminism, great thing. Women can do everything men can do. I'm with that. My wife has a great job. But radical feminists that say I don't need a man is lying to herself. Unless she's changing the oil filter on her 6.7 diesel with her flannel shirt, you know, and slapping her husband on the ass telling him you're a good girl. I don't have the most popular views in the world. I get it. But I will say this. In my world, a man has a certain job. His job is to provide for his family and his wife. And when I say provide for his wife, that's not just money. Any idiot with a little bit of drive can make money. However, a man that can provide a home and emotional support and support in the bedroom, make his wife happy in the bedroom, that's a man. Because I'm going to tell you a secret, guys. You can't take care of your wife in the bedroom, she'll find somebody that can. And all these young ladies out here that think that body count don't matter, It matters. It matters. Like I said, I have a son. And if I thought for 1 minute he wasn't mine, it'd be a problem. That's not a thought that crosses my mind because he looks just like me, just redheaded. And boys, if you're watching these Andrew Tates and all of that and thinking that you can just treat women any old way, Andrew Tate's a character. He doesn't believe what he's putting on the internet. He doesn't believe what he puts out in his podcast. If he did, he really would have stayed in jail. He's a character. The one thing that my generation, and I'm borderline millennial, borderline Gen X, zillennial, I guess you'd say, understood is you can be anybody you want to be on the internet. Doesn't make it right, but you can. You can be anybody because it's anonymity. You may show your face, but y'all know me as Fireside Talks. Y'all don't know me by my real name. That's on purpose. So, I'm going to tell you a secret that I told my oldest son tonight. You want to know the secret to a relationship and making it work? It's 100-100. You have to give 100% of yourself. Your partner has to give 100% of their self to make this work. Ain't no 50-50. None of that. I'm an oil field hand. Have been for 20 years. Sometimes I'll work 2 weeks, off a week, back at work 2 weeks. Sometimes I'll work 2-3 months and be off 2-3 months. When I'm at home and my wife works her 4 days a week, 10 hours a day, when she comes home, I've made dinner. I do laundry. I clean this house. Not because I'm weak, but because she's worked all day. And my mama taught me to take care of myself. And if I can take care of myself, I can take care of a family. I can do laundry. I can cook. I can clean. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, gentlemen, a stay-at-home husband, not okay. In my opinion. And I'm entitled to that. And if you don't like it, jump up a fat man's ass and hunt a rose garden. Men should protect and provide for their family. You don't have to like that, and I don't care. But I haven't worked in a month. My bills will still get paid out of my account. I'll make sure my family's taken care of. But I'll also cook and clean because mama's at work. Now, I got 2 kids that are grown, over the age of 18. They have a place to stay, and I don't make them pay rent. Anything beyond that is on them. I have an 11-year-old. That kid don't want for much because he's mine. And my kids have never wanted for a whole lot. And they've always had everything they needed. If you don't agree with me, you can leave a comment. I'm not going to give a shit. But also, if you do agree with me, I don't care if you tell me. It's kind of like an apology. I don't accept apologies because apologies are words. Rather than tell me something, why don't you show me something? I grew up with a hard dad, and I'm glad I did. Because that hard old man made me who I am. My son is not going to grow up with an old man as hard as mine just because I choose not to be that way. But he will be a good man if it hair lips a pope. So, in conclusion, young, old, everybody in between, be a good person. That's all it takes. Men, accept your role as a man. Reach down and give you balls a tug. Make sure they're still there. Women, let your man be a man. If you think you don't need a man, you're 100% correct. But don't call one when your electricity goes out. Don't call one because you didn't change the oil in your car and your motor locked up. You find you a woman electrician and a woman mechanic. They're out there. Good luck to you. And feminists out there, if you're wearing a shirt that says I'm a feminist, don't expect me to hold your fucking door for you. Love y'all. See you down the road.